That's a very valid point you're making. Let me go across to Kanu Gohen. Now we're having a situation where there are big holes on the way to the tarmac. Anybody can walk in. Atir Khan walked in a breeze. There was no security. Nobody stopped him. This could have been a terrorist, Mr. Gohen. You've been in charge of the DGCA. Do you believe that this is a big failure in the manner in which this entire construction is taking place?
Rahul, first of all, I'll come to your point one. If there is a breach in the perimeter wall, it is certainly not acceptable. The operational area or the airport perimeter wall has to be maintained and guarded by the security personnel, and any breach should be immediately rectified. Maybe your channel, which has brought out these pictures, will give the wake-up call to both the airport management people as well as to the security people. Coming to the second issue which I was listening from the panelists, the AeroCity is an area which is outside the airport perimeter, and that is correct also. There, if the lorries or other laborers are working on it, there should be some sort of surveillance on them. But the question is that they cannot have access to that area through the airport operational area. They must have an access from outside. Otherwise, it is not acceptable for the lorries or the laborers coming into that area through the airport perimeter wall. I am sure the security agencies as well as the airport management people will realize that. Number three, you talked about the Pir Baba shrine, which is inside the airport, very close to that hangar of the ARC. It is on the perimeter road. But it has been going on for a long time, and the security agencies have themselves done a program where every Thursday the pilgrims are taken in a escort. They are escorted into the shrine. After their prayers, they are brought back. But the point which you are bringing in, your channel is bringing in, that the security people who are supposed to escort, to have proper surveillance on them, if your man can do this operation carrying his camera in a polythene bag or what you say, and that there be no X-ray machines there, maybe it's a very, I will say it's a very perfunctory type of activity going on, and it should be immediately strengthened by the security agency.
No, Mr. Goyen, you're saying that after our expose, the authorities will wake up and action will be taken, but it's not as if we're the first people saying it. I have a letter on the 6th of June, Delhi Police Special Commissioner wrote to the Delhi International Airport pointing out some of these issues, and DIL replied saying we've got approval of the Delhi Urban Arts Commission, we've got environmental clearance from the Ministry of Environment and Forest, this has been approved by the Airport Authority of India. All these issues are very tangential to the key security concerns which the police is raising, which the developers seem to be oblivious to.
No, what the police must be raising is from the security angle. So I am sure the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, who's lays down the policies and the programs for various security drills inside the airport, outside the airport, they must have seen into this problem. And as far as the AeroCity is concerned, in the master plan, I am very sure that it is outside the airport perimeter.
No, okay, let me put this question to RSN Singh. Sir, the question is, once all these buildings come up, the Delhi police in this letter is very concerned about the possibility of a sniper being inside any of these rooms or rooftops, taking pot shots at the aircraft or on aircrafts which are parked on the runway. How valid a concern is that? Is the police being paranoid, or do you think that's a valid concern given that we are living in these times of terror?
They are not at all being paranoid. They are being very practical. It's very much within the striking distance, and I think as Mr. Mathur pointed out, that you have got to have these infrastructures, and at best we can hope that we have the best access control systems in these hotels or whatever structure which is coming up. But having some background about this security of various installations, I can tell you one thing, that when I look at the Delhi airport, and its entire structure, security structure.